Good morning. Peace and blessings. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're starting a new moon cycle. And this moon cycle, good morning. This moon cycle is going to focus on the new moon in Gemini and the full moon in Sagittarius. This energy is the core of our beingness and how we create our lives. One of the things that is so significant as I've been learning and studying and really understanding what it means to be a human on this earth plane from a different perspective. Like when I was born, I was taught that you needed to believe in Jesus in order to have happiness, wholeness, and joy. Jesus was the source of that. And when I started to realize that that wasn't really true, like I think I realized it as soon as they told it to me, but I was subject to it because I was a child and I didn't have another choice but to participate to the degree that I did. But what I've learned now is that, which is why my work is about following the sun, and I'm the moon mama, is that wherever the sun is where we are getting a reboot. Wherever the sun is, every month is where we are getting new energy, light into our psyche. And when we are able to align to it, to follow it, then we can renew ourselves. We can have our natural death cycle and experience where things die and go away, where relationships begin to shift and change. Then we begin to blossom again and grow in new ways. This is a natural part of the human experience. And what we've been in this Western mindset has been looking for things outside of us, seeking externally, and you'll never find any fucking thing external. It doesn't work that way. It has to be sourced from within you. And it's so fascinating because as I study and understand the thing, like I'm reading that book that Adina and I talked about the other day, which is The Goddess versus the Alphabet. And when our ancestors passed wisdom down through stories, it was the stories that you heard that then activated your imagination, that then gave you an idea of what you were here to do and to be. But then language came in and we started organizing the way we handed down information. And the way we handed down information became alphabets rather than images. And so when you're reading, alphabets, you don't activate the part of your brain that begins to create imagination, which is creative, which is when if I say red apple right now, you are going to create a picture in your mind of a red apple right now because that is a power, that is a gift. If I say Michael Jackson, it's going to give you a picture in your mind of Michael Jackson, right? So this Gemini energy is highly creative because it generates our perceived reality, which then becomes what we're actually experiencing. So if you want to learn how to use this energy, this is the month for you to sign up for 13 moons. You can sign up in my link tree. And like I said, because we are in we're with the Pisces moon, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but the Pisces moon is where things come to end. So we are truly ending an old cycle this month. And I think you guys heard me say that because of Jupiter being in Aries, think of where you were 12 years ago. Think of where your work was. Think of where your relationships were. Think of where your health was. 12 years ago, what was going on for you? Because this is the energy that's come back again because we move in 12-year cycles. So if you want to make these next 12 years fucking amazing, start following the cycles. Start becoming a conscious creator. If you have goals and objectives that you want to fulfill upon, you have to become conscious of it. Otherwise, you will be distracted by what the world is doing. You'll be distracted by what your friends are getting a divorce, and you get, oh, now you're talking to your friend every day about her divorce and that's your energy and your power going into that. I'm not saying that that's not good. I'm just saying that you want to understand how you're using your energy so that you can use it when the end of these 12 years is up. You can say, I did that shit. Like, I did what I intended to do, because so many things will come that will steal your energy and keep you running in place. Running in place, right? And it's a very interesting thing. I remember a few years ago when my business was still a hobby, when I wasn't really taking my work seriously. And I remember that one of my friend's partners, I remember when he started making a lot of money. I remember their life changed. And I was like, oh, he's making a lot more money now. And I remember thinking, I need to be able to carry myself. Like, that's her husband. He's got her. And I love that. But nobody in my life is going to be working except for me, because my life is more individual. Like, I'm not a partner type of person, which I love people who do that, but that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. And I know that because I understand my astrology. I understand that I'm not the kind of woman who can come in and make somebody else's and be the engine behind somebody. I'm just not her. I'm just not her. There are women who are her. It's not me, though, right? I'm not the one who's going to be at home taking care of the kids and cooking and cleaning and da-da-da-da and making the house and decorate. I think that's a powerful job. It's not my job, though. I cannot do that job. A lot of women can do that job. And so I realized in that conversation, I was like, oh, they are a unit. When he makes more money, she makes more. I was like, so this is what I was like, okay, I need to get on my own shit. I need to get clear about what I am doing that is going to allow me to have my own experience of expansion and all of that sort of stuff, because I'm not going to have a husband to do that. That's not what I want. That's not who I am. So I had to really get clear, like, what is going to be your thing? And not only can I not have a husband, and I'm not saying that at the time I couldn't have a husband, I can't have a boss. I'm not a girl. I'm not the kind of woman that's going to have a boss. I'm my own fucking boss, and I'm my own fucking creator, and I'm my own fucking generator. It's between me and God. That is it. I am not here to give my energy. I give it to one person willingly, my child. My child. I give it to him because that is a contract that I made. And I have a responsibility in that. And so I participate. He said, is this a Virgo thing? You know what? Let me tell you, I'm a Virgo. I know that it is. I honestly think that it really is a woman thing. We just have been conditioned to think differently. We've been conditioned to think that we're here to serve the masculine. But the truth of the matter is that the masculine is here to serve the feminine. So most of us are out of line, believing that we need to give our energy to someone else. We are the ones, the feminine, we are the ones that are connected to the divine. When I hear men talking about women and all this sort of stuff they should do, I really want to say, go sit the fuck down. Because men are not our gods. They are not our gods. They are our pleasure. They are our lovely resource, but they are not our gods. We are our own gods, right? And so when we hear from on high how we should function, then we can share that with a man. But a man will tell you how to function, which is why you have women cooking and cleaning. And it's, like I said, it's a beautiful thing to do. If a woman knows that that's her function, to support a man in bringing something into reality, do that shit with your crown on and your fucking titties up and your ass out, and do it. Do it if that is what your divine guidance had told you to do. But if you're listening to the world and thinking, then you are out of order. You are out of order. I am not here for that. I am not here for that. I know that I am here to bring something out of the invisible. That is, I'm here to teach people how to use cycles. I'm here to teach women especially how to use their subconscious power and their magic. And that's why I have these classes, because we're born at such a time when we're deconstructing one reality and building a new reality. Because the way that it has been being done is that women are in service to the masculine. So we have to stop doing that. It's like you have to... Nope. And now I'm going to start using my energy this way. I'm going to start using my thoughts for something that is creating the new reality. And it has to come through the feminine. See, what we don't understand is that the new reality has to be birthed through the feminine. It doesn't come through. The masculine doesn't know how to birth the new reality. They are in service to us. So if we're not listening from on high and understanding what we're up to and understanding, if you haven't gotten the memo on what your job is, then you are out of alignment. It's as simple as that. And there are some men who are profoundly in service to the feminine. And if that is the kind of man that you're connected to, bravo, that is powerful. I do know that they exist. I happen to have spent time with men who are profoundly in service to the feminine and doing more of our work than we're doing yet. And if that's the case, then, I have spent time with some of these men, and they are powerful, powerful creators. They are the type of men who are here to activate us into remembering what we're here to do. They are that profoundly in alignment with the feminine. And they wake us up. And thank you, God, for them. Thank you. So, and there are also men who are so in service to the masculine that they hurt so much that their energy is so fucking uncomfortable that you have to learn from it. That you have to go, like I was talking a couple of days about learning the hard way, like learning things from a hard perspective. That's valuable. She said, I've only one man like that out of millions. Ooh, if you had millions, I love it. Ooh. But we love the one, but the millions. Let me tell you, it must have been fun getting through the millions and to the one. Okay, so you guys, tomorrow is the last day to register for 13 moons. This Gemini energy is really powerful, so you really want to come and learn how to do. Let me tell you, girl, I was on the same mission. So it is fun. It is really like, I love men. I love men. I love men. I'm delighted by them, and they are distracting as fuck. I am delighted, and they are mesmerizing and distracting. And the story, the patriarchy, is tricky as fuck and manipulative as fuck. So you have to really understand your relationship to the masculine. If you are a woman who is on a mission, if you are here to transmute family karma, to heal, to do all of that sort of stuff, you have to really understand your relationship to the masculine so that you don't misunderstand it. So that you don't misunderstand it, because it's tricky, and our sexuality and all of that is important to our creative power. You can't turn off your sexuality. You have to keep it running. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't turn the engine off. You cannot turn the engine off on your sexuality when you are here as a healer and a generator of new realities, because everything comes from the feminine. So you have to keep your libido going. So you have to know who you can spend time with, or if you're married, you know what I mean? You have to be with the kind of man who really is in service to the feminine. This is not, it's a bit of a, Oh, it's like an obstacle course. It's like an obstacle course, right? It's your connection to the masculine can be like an obstacle course because your work is to serve the divine, is to serve God. And the masculine, because of their power and their might inside of them, they feel like they're God. And they should. They totally should feel like they're God. But you are not their servant. That's what you got to understand. You are not their servant. You are in service to the collective, to the wholeness, to the transformation. Like when a woman gives birth to a child, she changes the whole world. One child changes the whole world. That's how powerful you are, right? And men don't do that. They don't give birth to things out of, right? So when you're giving birth, whether you give birth to an actual physical being or you give birth to something that's coming through you, that is your creation, it is here to change the whole world. You have to understand that. And when you understand that, your power gets magnified, right? Just by you being yourself, just by you being true to yourself. And it's important to know that the masculine serves the feminine. In your own internal beingness, right? Your own masculine energy serves your feminine energy. The masculine is the ego. The masculine is the ego, right? The ego serves the spirit. Your external serves your internal. Your internal creates the structures. What are we doing? What, right? So you have to really understand how that works. And in understanding that, you create a momentum through your thought, through your feelings, and that you really just become a conscious creator. And this is what I teach you how to do in the 13 moons. And this month is going to be the new moon in Gemini. The moon starts in Pisces. With the moon in Pisces, we literally are letting go of the old. We literally are releasing the old things. It's like the tide is going and we're ending a cycle, starting a new cycle. So like I was saying, 12 years ago, where were you? Where are you now? Look at what the last 12 years have been. What do you want the next 12 years to be? 12 years from now, I will be in my 60s. That's amazing. That is amazing, right? And what is it that I'm creating now? This is how the universe creates. You have to start now. And imagine if we taught our children this when they were 3 years old. Ask them when they're 3, where do you want to be when you're 15? When you're 15, where do you want to be when you know what I mean? Like if we did it that way, because that's how it works. That's how it works. And if we begin to work it that way, we begin to create more harmony on the planet. We begin to stop warring. How are we going to stop these motherfuckers from killing everybody and fighting? And how are we going to fucking stop it? By stop participating. We have to stop participating. And how do you stop participating? By literally transforming your mind. You know, so rather than thinking of like, I got to get this and I got to get this, I got to get this. It's like, I remember once I was going through some money stuff and I said to Spirit, I need to go get another job. And Spirit said, do not go get another job. Go do some work on your root chakra. And I had no idea what it meant. I've shared the story before. And just in that moment, one of my girlfriends called who does sacrocranial work. And she helps people open up their muscles, open up their tendons, and she called and she said the funniest thing. She was like, it was, girlfriends, we're just right. It's just really, she was like, I don't know why this, but my rear end has been itching. And literally when she said my rear has been itching, I heard Spirit say, her root chakra is itching. Her root. And I was like, the root. And then I said to her, oh, you're talking about root work. And she's like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. And I said, Spirit just told me to work with my root chakra. And she's like, oh, come in and let me do some work with you. And I'll help you do some work on how to breathe and how to open your root. Because the root is where we create safety and security from. And then I did the work on that area and it shifted my reality. So we have to, But in the past, I would have gone and started hustling, competing for a new job, and I need to make more money. And as I did the root work, then the money just started to flow. More clients came. But as we get out of the old way of thinking that draws in competition and fear and scarcity, and we understand that everything comes from within us, and we go in and oh, I need more money. Oh, I'm having a problem in my relationship. We're not communicating well. Let me go do some work on my heart chakra. Let me go fix my heart chakra. It's off. Oh, my children are not understanding me. Let me go work on my throat chakra. Do you understand what I'm saying here? This is how we shut these motherfuckers down. We don't have to go march. We don't have to do none of that shit. Bring it home to yourself. Take your power back. Okay. So the moon today is in Pisces, and we start a new moon cycle. The sun is in Gemini. The moon is in Pisces, and these energies they put us at the last quarter square. So we are now in the process of making a choice. When the moon is in the last quarter square, you have to make a choice. What are you up to? What are you about? And the only way to make a choice, and I teach this stuff so you all can come and register for my 13 moons, because, it's important for us all to learn how to follow these cycles. But you want to use this energy today to get clear about what's your next step. All right, you all. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for allowing me to be of service to you. Thank you for all that we're doing to change the world from the inside out. There is no other way to do it. I want to say that. There is no other way to change the world. You have to do it from the inside out. It cannot, right? How do we shut these motherfuckers down? By changing the way we interact and participate in these systems. The course right now is 13 Moons. You can register for the 13 Moons course in my link tree, the profile here. And this is retrograde season is beginning. So I'm gonna be doing retrograde courses up until the end of the year. The next retrograde course that is coming is Saturn. We have Gemini that is going on right now, and Pluto that are going on right now. Pluto is about restoring your ability to love yourself. This is so key because most of us don't love ourselves because we don't even know how. We don't even know how to love ourselves because our mothers didn't love themselves, or their grandmother, because everything was external. Everything was, you didn't have time. You had to listen to somebody else. You had to do what he told you to do. You had to do what he told you to do, or he was going to whip you, or he was going to take your resources, he was going to do all that sort of stuff. So most of us do not even know how to love ourselves. We don't have a clue because we don't even know who we are and how we should be loved, because the narratives that we've been given are so limited that who we have been told that we are is so far from the truth, and we don't even know what it should look like. I mean, it's profound. When I say that this idea of white supremacy, they created a profound machine. They really did. They really did. Got us all off our thinking and everything, and it is a powerful thing. All right, you all. I love you. Let me see. Monique, it's been too long, and Spirit had me see you going live and tune in, and I couldn't have been more perfect time. Thank you, my darling. All right, peace and blessings, everyone. I love you guys. Come back and listen to the video. Register for the 13 Moons class. Saturn retrograde class is coming. We're going to work on, for the Saturn retrograde class, we're going to be working on healing family trauma and karma, patterns that we have been stuck in for a very long time. So it's time for us to do good work. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a really beautiful day. Bye-bye. The generational karma class starts on June 4th. I'll have the links ready in the next day or so. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.